Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are in the world today, depending, right?
Yeah,
An old line
that's
from
right.
one of the old shows from you
Yeah.
know who. I'm not going to drop names here for any reason, but welcome to episode 36 of the NewOaks AI Podcast. I'm Leland Best of Best Studios LLC, your host, and my guest over here, the CEO, Ray Luan of NewOaks AI. So thanks for coming by, as always, Ray, to the NewOaks AI Podcast. What's going on
Thank you,
today?
Lily.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. Yeah. So there are a lot of things happened in the AI business, also happened to Nuke. So I'm very excited.
I'd
Um,
say you got a lot going
yeah,
on. You've been a busy man, haven't you?
yeah, yeah.
You got you.
Exactly.
You just did not. We won't even talk about the intros. I think we got a lot to talk about, really. And I saw
Yeah.
it come across, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot happening today. So I went looking for this open AI response stuff, and it looks like my camera just reset again. What is my camera
Yeah.
doing right now? That was weird. Did you see that? Hold on a second. I'm going to zoom in
Yeah.
just a second on myself. All right, there we go. So Ray pointed out the fact that OpenAI came out with this new responses AI, and that's a big thing. A lot of people don't understand because the term API alone probably
Yeah.
escapes a lot of people. They don't understand. So
Right.
Ray, why don't we first off explain what an API is and why
Yeah.
what OpenAI is doing right now is so important.
Yes. So API is the application protocol that generally a software company build so that the external developer is easier to call certain function, of their own software.
Hmm.
It's specifically for developers jargon. It's not very user friendly. So the response API is even more confusing, right? By just looking at the name, what the heck is a response and API? So it's literally that OpenAI just build a lot of building blocks so that the developers can easily to integrate with OpenAI and call the building blocks, which means the functions, so that everyone can build an AI agent. For example, OpenAI put web browsing search features into the AI agent, which means that just by one API call, you can actually browse the internet and search everything on the internet. Just give one instruction. And also it happens to file search. You can upload the file to do embedding automatically without needing to know what is rec, right? The
Hmm.
terms.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally, and also computer use, you can also call the response API to control the browser, to use AI to control the browser, web browser,
Hmm.
and get into any third party tools or CRMs, anything with the browser, and just to take further actions. So it's quite powerful that it allows developers easier to get into the building blocks of OpenAI and build powerful AI agent. That's all it is about, and also automate workflow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And what I was showing on the screen while Ray was talking there is the actual API one of the application program interfaces that OpenAI has available. And this is just an example. This isn't the actual big news that's coming out, but I'm giving a representation of what an API in JSON code looks like so
mm-hmm.
that people understand more fully what we're talking about. And it's really the
Yeah,
back end access to
yeah,
OpenAI's feature set that we haven't fully had access to in the past. We've been able to access some of their API keys, but now they're opening the gateway, you might say, and saying, here, you want to access some tools? Here's some tools that you can play with. So it's definitely changing agent of AI, taking it to a new level, you might say, and giving us more power to build more powerful chatbots, really, when it comes down to it. So
yeah,
really cool stuff. And then also, like you said, with the live web search, being able to make a call with an API to
yeah,
collect any data you want from the web,
yeah,
I think that's amazing. That's a huge step right there, just to have
yeah.
that kind of reach. So use cases, what do you see? I see you made a couple of notes here, at least like enhanced AI chatbots, automated workflows, real world applications. What would you see probably the first thing people are going to apply this to, Ray?
Well, the first thing people apply just probably just connect to the live web search. What Because the data that ChatGPT was trained for was up to certain months on 2024.
True.
So it's not
True.
up to date data. For example, if you want to build a website, for example, if you want to build a tool to just do analysis on Tesla stock,
Mhm.
you can give us instructions. Say, hey, AI agent, search the current Tesla's price quote, and
Mhm.
also all the comments, analytic data of different financial institutions, and give me a comprehensive report. Then you need live web search, right? You can use the data in 2024 when the Tesla stock was spiked to, I think, almost to $400, and now it's
Yeah.
only like 230
Yeah.
something.
It's
So
going down
that's
fast.
one typical use case that requires live data.
And that's interesting too, because we just showed how
Yeah,
Manus AI last week,
yeah,
which is a big player now, which is kind of showing a face of AGI, where we're starting to
yep,
see that type of interface that we're going to have with AI. And
yep,
they're producing content that would take weeks to do in an hour. And that's, that's
yep.
an amazing feat when we think about the time savings that we're going to be able to develop. And that's going to just push businesses to the forefront very fast. And those that are most efficient are going to be the winners in that race. So
Exactly.
as we talk about this growth and this
Yeah,
this increase, we've seen a lot of things. And I just saw some news today that the AI bot scrapers are
yeah.
causing some serious near DDoS type dramas out
Wow,
there on websites
wow.
right now because of the
Yep,
amount of scraping that's going on from the big players. Now
yep.
this isn't the little guys. This is
Right.
OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. It's their bots that are
Yeah,
taking the effort to go and scan everything because they're still training.
yep,
But
yeah,
in doing so, they're slowing down the internet. And we really need to take
yep.
maybe a second look at how these bots are being used. But let's go into that then, Ray. We keep advancing in hardware and in
Yep.
software. And there's a rule
Yeah.
that comes with that. You mentioned it in your
Yeah.
little synopsis there. It's called the Andy Bill Law.
Yeah.
You want to tell people what the Andy Bill
Yeah.
Law is all about?
Yeah. So that's a very interesting anecdote about. And so Andy Bill law is actually is originated from the semiconductor industry. I mean,
Yeah.
so there was a Wintel alliance, right, between Intel and Windows, Microsoft. So it means that whenever the CPU, Andy is Andy Grove, that was the most famous CEO of Intel, right? So whatever Andy Grove builds, Bill Gates just takes it away,
He
which means
does,
that
doesn't
yeah, the advancement of the the capacity or the advancement of the CPUs is abundant, right?
he?
So Microsoft, Bill Gates is so smart that he just planned ahead to build a software. When the GPU get more and more advanced, the Windows feature will be able to catch up and use the most advanced features of the GPU. So that's what it means,
Yep.
because it's similar to what we have in the AI field these days, because
Hmm.
the large language models is faster and faster, the bigger and bigger and more powerful. And also the large language model makers like GPT or clouds are competing with AI startups like NewOaks, right?
Yep.
Or Best Lab TV, like you. They're
Sure.
competing with us because they build apps in the same time, and we also build apps. So
Yeah.
what should be the strategy, right, moving forward, so that we will not be beaten up by the big guys? So
Yeah.
that's the law. So
You're right.
any build law means that we should be able to be to plan ahead of the time, to know what is the direction of the large language model moving forward, right? And then so we can plan, schedule our lead time. Let's use the manufacturer word, lead time, 6 months ahead of time, so that when the large language model already reached the next level, and then we build our software even beforehand, so that we can catch up with their advanced features or advanced capabilities, so that we can keep our competitive edge in the fierce competition of AI application business. Otherwise, I think a lot of AI startups will be wiped out immediately.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
worried about that because we as chatbot builders, agent builders, when
Yep.
we started these things, they were just conversational agents. They
Yep.
were literally
Yep.
knowledge bases that we were
Yep.
accessing in real time. That was all it was.
Yep.
So, and
Yep.
this is really, it's been known also as the Great Moore's Law compensator, which is to say, when
Mm-hmm.
Andy giveth, Bill taketh away. And that was just a
Yeah.
coined term that came out of somebody's mouth one day. And it's to
Yeah.
say, like Ray was mentioning, the gaming world knows this all too well because
Yeah.
hardware has never kept up with the gaming software. The software has always been in
Okay.
an advanced stage that the hardware can never
Yeah.
output its capable, its full capabilities at any given time
Yeah.
when it comes to
Yeah.
especially video and any kind
Yeah.
of graphic capabilities. So we're seeing the same thing here in AI, like Ray mentioned, and that's where it really gets kind of twisty because now the
Mhm.
software companies are the ones in charge, and the people that are playing catch up are the hardware companies, like they always have been. So just like the
Yeah.
old Bill Andy thing. All right, so let's get back to New Oaks, Ray. A lot
Yeah.
on the forefront. You guys have been building and building and building. Tell us about what we made hint of last week, and that's
Yeah.
EZsite.AI. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So that's actually is associated with Andy Bill Law because last year, me and Kelvin, my partner, we realized that the autonomous coding is the best use case for AI's advanced capabilities, right? So we thought last year we thought for we think about it for a long time, and we realized that autonomous coding will keep growing. Is the best feature for large language model. And in 2025, I think autonomous coding is going to be very popular. So that's why we plan ahead of time. Say what is the best use case for autonomous coding? Here, here, here they came, right?
Mhm.
EZsite.
Sure.
So we think the best use case for autonomous coding is to allow any non-coder or non-coding background business owners to build their own apps with natural language, with plain English. So that's
Nice,
why we
nice.
built EZsite.AI.
So in essence, then what you're allowing us to do as users
Yeah.
of the website is to come in here and kind of get a kickoff and get started with an assembly of a set. Now you're talking not just websites, it sounds like. Is it also going to allow us to generate application front ends like UIs for
Yeah.
backend automations as well? Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes, yes. Mostly is front end UI and design. Back end we have little bit back end, but built-in mini CRM built in. So that's
Hmm.
but we're going to do further on the back end development.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
I like
you
this.
can actually build a game. So I built a blackjack game, with one prompt.
Really?
So yeah,
Okay.
it's quite powerful.
So what's the pricing look like then, Ray? Tell us how the model works over here.
Okay, so for the free, we do have a monthly freemium model, which means that you can use up to 30 messages per month. So one message means one prompt. Okay, and
Hmm.
then for Pro $19, you have 120 messages, and for Premium $49 per month, you have more messages per
Gotcha.
month. Yeah,
Nice.
it's powered by Cloud Sonnet 3.5 and 3.7, which is the most advanced large language model for autonomous coding.
Hmm. Hmm. I like
Yeah,
it, Ray. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I'll have to jump in. I have not had a chance to open up the site. I guess I could open it. Is there anything spectacular besides the prompt itself and the templates? So, as far as being able
Mhm.
to serve this up, is it managed and hosted within the software itself?
Yep.
So, everything that you do is hosted inside the software.
Yeah. So everything we do is hosted inside the software, and of course you can get a customer domain to point your domain to our
Oh, I
hosting
see.
URL. Yep.
Okay, I get it now. So basically, if you want to create a project, you just come in here
Yep.
and it's a simple prompt or an image
Yep.
to start. So if you wanted to create a project based on, now could that be like the front end UI of a website or a website
Yep.
page that would help you develop? That's pretty cool. I
Yep.
like that idea. And then
It's
you just, all
actually
right.
you can actually, for example, if you want to copy another website, for example, Airbnb, just
Mhm.
take a screenshot of Airbnb's whole browser screenshot and
Oh,
upload
I
it,
got
and
you.
AI will recognize
Nice.
it right away. Yeah,
Very
just
cool.
easy to copy any site you want.
That's awesome.
So
And I saw another one like that. There's a platform it's not just that, it's just a box. I'm
yeah,
not going to mention the name because if I do that,
boat
why would
is
I
it a
want to
boat?
send people over there? No, it's same
Right.
same. It's
Yeah.
actually I'll show you. I mean, I'm not
Okay.
ashamed to show it because it's actually the simplest interface I've ever seen for something like this, and this is it.
Okay.
It's called
Oh.
same.dev, and
Okay.
it refreshes to same.new. But
Oh.
this is
A
it. You just
copy.
copy the
Okay.
URL, you
Yeah.
drop the URL in, and it builds. It sits there
Okay.
for a few minutes and builds the actual website for you
Okay.
on the front end
Okay.
for the UI. So
Interesting. Yep.
yeah,
Interesting.
they're out there.
Interesting. Yep.
But what do you? How do you? I'll ask the question for the audience then. I know there's
Yeah.
nobody watching currently, but I'm going to leave this
Yeah.
for people later to see.
Yeah.
How do you feel about AI website builders? Because I've
Um,
had my experiences with them. Ray, tell me what you feel about an AI website. Do you see it? Does it stand out? Is it any good? Is it really what we want? What do you think?
yeah, good question. So there were a lot of AI website builders came out. We are not the first one. We are not the last one. But the way I see that is quite powerful for amateur developers or non-coding platform users to build a snapshot of their dream website in one sentence, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's lower the entry barrier for anyone to get into a business. So I think it's an incremental market. It's not a old automatic website builder business. It's something brand new because the AI capability actually allow anyone with not any technical or coding skills to build website from scratch. It actually empower us to do anything possible, right? Under the AI's assistant. For example, I can give you an example. So it's so powerful that even NewOaks AI, we have a accountant. She built literally a website,
Hmm.
Avengers movie website
Oh yeah,
within like
cool.
two or
A
three, yeah,
fan
2 or 3 hours. Yeah, it's quite amazing. It has sound effect. It has a lot of fancy pictures. But the reason is that she does not know anything about the coding, but she likes
Yeah.
to play games. So with a passion, the AI actually empowered her to build a something from scratch. Well, I was amazed too, and also she built a
Do you
lot
know the
of
name
game.
of the website by any chance? Is it public?
Uh,
Is
yeah,
it
it's
public
on. It's
facing?
yeah, it's on the templates of EZsite.AI
I thought I saw it in
Avengers.
there when you were
Yeah,
talking. Yeah, let me go
yeah,
back to the template project. I'll go back to the
yeah,
main page is where I saw those, I
yeah.
believe. So let me just head
If
back here
yeah,
and I'll go to the templates. And I think I saw it right down the middle, right here, right?
yep,
The
yep,
Avengers.
yep,
So this
yep.
is going to load up a website that one of Ray's clients built themselves. And there it is. Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's
Oh,
our
I saw this. I saw that she did this. Did she show the making of this too? Did she like show how she built some of
no,
this out? No? Wow, this is
no,
really
no, no. I
nice.
I think yep. So when the website is when you open up a website, there's a animation effect, right? It's coming up.
Yeah, I
It's
saw
quite
that.
amazing. Yeah.
That's really
And,
nice.
and so I think AI website is going to it is the future. I think
Here, I'm
literally
gonna really
everybody
show
can
this.
build.
This
Yep.
is the website. Nobody got a chance
Yep.
to see that because I was too engrossed looking at it. I was like, wow,
Oh
that's a
yeah.
really nice website. So this is a link that we took from the template that was inside
Yep.
EZsite.AI and it
Yep.
took us to the
Yep.
website his client made. So
Yep.
you can see with the animation effects and the little extras that are here. I hear the music now in the back. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys can hear that. You probably can't, but there's some dramatic
Yeah.
tom toms and stuff going on the back end of the feed. So yeah, really cool. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. So literally, I think the goal, the vision, my vision is to allow anyone who wants to start up your own business, you can use EZsite.AI, just one prompt, build a stereotype of the UI or the front end of the website or your app.
Hmm.
And then we actually can allow you to manually edit the whole app, not
I like it.
everything UI, because I think manual editing is more accurate.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
And then
I agree.
our next step is we're building backend stuff, database
Hmm.
with backend, so that it's not only a UI, you can allow your user to register on the website and capture leads on the website, maybe build a small sales funnel of the website, and even
Nice.
eventually pay on the website by either Stripe or PayPal. So that's the goal. Eventually, I think my vision is that with the autonomous coding,
Hmm.
we by the end of 2025, we will be able to build something called AI company, which means that you can use prompt to build your own business without hiring any human
I agree.
engineers or sales or support staff. So everything you literally can build a money printing machine, right, in the
Yeah.
form of AI app, and
Yeah.
just spend some money to just do some advertisement, and then just wait for incomes coming every month. So that's the
That's how
goal.
it
AI
seems. Yeah.
company. Yep.
I see it happening because a lot of people are doing it. They're already starting to, and with
Okay.
the amount of interest, and it's when I say that, it's because of the advanced AI builds that we're doing now. And that there's two types
Yep.
of them. One of them is more of a supervisory build, and I can't remember the name of the other term they're using for and it's a structured AI agentive build. It's where you're building multiple bots stacked within a single bot.
Yep.
And typically,
Yeah.
the one I came up with about 6 months ago was that type. It was a supervisor that ran and controlled several other bots underneath of it. And I've
Yep.
actually built that template inside your framework. I've managed to put the
Oh, nice.
framework into,
Yep.
yeah. Now, let me just give an example. I think I may have
Yep.
showed you this before, but in the
Mhm.
brand that I run for InRaise software, I'm just going to
Mhm.
give an example real quick of how this one
Yep.
works. I have this bot here
Okay.
known as
Wow.
AIO Command HQ. All right.
Yep.
And I asked it, I said, I've heard you have 12 subordinates working under you. Can you explain?
Yep.
And he did. He came back and said, yes, I command an advanced intelligence operations system that
Yep.
coordinates and deploys 12 specialists. And what
Yep.
they are is they have a name and they have a route, they have a purpose, they have a job to do. And now that Ray's given me the tools to assign to these roles, I can tell
Yep.
my supervisory bot what to do with the roles, and the roles will be
Yep.
fulfilled by the tools that Ray's incorporated. So that's a
Yep.
huge advancement. And it allows me to take one bot to the
Mhm.
level of 12 bots. So now I have like this whole, you know, a bunch of disciples underneath my supervisor that are doing its thing and trying to keep everything under control. And I prefer to work in that fashion rather than expecting a single bot to be
Yep.
trained extensively on everything because it can start
Exactly.
to get into hallucinations when you do that. The
Yep.
bot starts to
That's
freak
right.
out. It's like, wait, well, you're expecting me to do all this? And it
Yep.
does get confused. So I think this is going to
Yep.
be a huge advancement in the approach, right? This will be cool. Now you're launching the site for EZsite AI when? That's actually the end of the month, right? Next week?
Yeah. We plan to launch on Product Hunt on March 25th. That's the planned launch date. It depends on whether it will be featured, but that's the date up to now. So March 25th, welcome. Go to upvote for us. We'll definitely give anyone's support
Absolutely.
us some incentive. Yep.
Yeah, get over there and make sure you hang out. And it may show up on, do you ever use G2? Do you get onto the G2
Yes.
website too?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just submit my G2, claim the product on G2. I'm still waiting for G2 review, G2 approval, so that we will get some more reviews on G2.
All right, well, let's head over there, and all those folks that have a NewOaks account with the new stuff coming out, make sure you support Ray by heading over to Product Hunt when that comes
Yep.
out, and make sure you give a review of the product, or at least give some oversight as to how you use it. People love to see that kind of stuff on those. And G2 is another place where a lot of people get highlighted. You see on a lot of
Exactly.
SaaS softwares the highlight badges that are seen for that
Yeah.
year, and Ray
Yeah.
deserves a bunch of those. Let's get Ray some badges this year. I think
Thanks.
that should be the workaround.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, just with everything that's happening,
Yeah.
Ray, yourself, you have content creators. I've done some work for you in the past, and you have others building videos all the time. I highly recommend anyone out there who's into AI, into automations, get a YouTube channel going. Start showing people what you're doing with your applications. You will blow up. I don't care what anybody says. There are content creators out there getting thousands of subscribers in less than a week just by coming out and doing AI and automation videos and showing people how they're building stuff out there. So I highly encourage all of you content creators out there, start using your software that way. Come out and show people how you use it. You may find that you become a big YouTube star in doing so. You never know.
Yeah.
So Ray,
Yeah.
we're going to be hanging out at 9 p.m. from here
Yep.
until probably the fall, the way things are
Yep.
going, because daylight savings shifted. So we're 12 hours apart. 9 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern over on YouTube at NewOaks AI. Go subscribe, ring that bell so you get notified for each of our podcasts. And we'll be back next week at 9 p.m. So, Ray, thanks a lot.
See you
As always.
guys.
Wrap it up for us.
See you
Take us
next
home.
week.
All right.
Yep.
We'll see you guys.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Have a great day.